All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're in the semifinals for the Alima League. It's week number 9, Alima League number 9. And there's been 2 monthly finals, of course, mixed in there as well. But this week's semifinals features, in the top right corner of the map, the Green Terran player, currently teamless and very actively looking for a team, the Green Guy Journey.
Green guy, yep. In the bottom right, we got the red guy playing for Team Axiom. It is Impact.
Oh, I think you said his name wrong. It's very clearly Pimpact.
Wow.
Because he plays like a boss. We did get a small donation, by the way, while this was going on. I don't know where, when, or why. I had to actually go look this up because I guess we had some donations while the stream was offline too. But one from Battle Whisk, a $5 donation. He already donated once today. What a nice guy. Another $5 coming in saying, "Can you make all these links open in a separate tab?" Also, Kappa. I don't know what you mean, but I'll look into it after. I'm assuming you mean the links in the Twitch chat. I'll see if I can get that sorted. But the bot just kind of copy pastes things, so I'm not tech savvy. But Journey, man, we haven't seen this guy for a couple of weeks in the Alima League. I don't know if he's been busy, if he's been training, if he's been on, I don't know, soul-searching vacations. I mean, the thing about Journey, though, is it really sucks. Him and True, or no, sorry, not him and True, him and Sox3, of course, left SK2, you know, looking for bigger, better things, sick of being the B-teamers. Journey has shown time and time again, TvZ is one of his best matchups. I don't know how he's going to do versus Impact. They've certainly clashed before. I'm pretty sure I just don't remember which Alima League, so the reference here is lost. But the point is, Journey plays a really fantastic style of TvZ, and more importantly than this, he doesn't play just one style. We actually had a show match between these two specifically, a best of 7 earlier this year, and what was really cool about it was, as good as a player's Impact is, it was Journey who won that show match, and he did it like with it was like a 4-1 or something at the end of the day too. And every game was different. We had aggression, we had bio, we had mech, you name it, Journey did it.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, that's interesting. That's such a scary player to come up against as well. When you don't know exactly what they're going to do each game, especially, you know, your overlords are getting denied scouting information as well by Marines, etc. It's just going to be so hard to prepare for everything as the ZerG player. So yeah, definitely a scary kind of player to be up against.
And look at this, a bunker coming down pretty quick.
Something we're not used to.
No, not after all the Marine King games we cast. But then again, we didn't see any Marine King DVZs. But for Impact's sake, it's funny. I like this guy. Some days he's really on fire. His DVZ just now was absolutely fantastic. We'll hope that reflects here in his TVZ as well. But where are these links going? He knows he's not in the top left. There we go. Yeah, sorts that out. So he's just gonna have a poke, I guess, because let's see, what has he really seen? Absolutely nothing. So he doesn't know that Journey has gone CC first yet. Can he? I think he can identify from that bunker. Yeah, that it's a CC first, because there hasn't been a Reaper, so he should know now that it's a command center first. Yeah. Well, actually, following up with the gas here in a moment, small shout out to, who's this, Op TV Live, now hosting us for 10 viewers. Wonderful stuff, man. Thanks for that host. But, yeah, so with the double gases coming down, we're going to see that Hellion Banshee opener most likely. Again, there's still the possibility that you, medevac these across the map and try and abuse the fact that it is Deadwing. I mean, we're not going to see, like, if we were watching Supernova, you could expect tanks almost like 9 times out of 10 to come down here and drop behind the rocks. But with players like Journey, his Hellion drops and Hellion elevators have been some of the things that I've enjoyed most watching out of him. But it is, without Tech Lab finishing up, most likely going to be Banshee here. And especially with the Hellions as well, right? I don't think we would be making Hellions if he's going to go for the tank kind of thing. Well, I mean, the tank was kind of written off. I was talking about more about whether it be elevating the Hellions across the map to, like, the main, say. Right. I mean, look at all that dead space. It's amazing and gross and disgusting and lovely all at the same time. Yeah, but you wouldn't need the second gas then, right? If he was just going for the elevator. No. Hellion. Yeah. I think so. But so, yeah, we're going to see Banshee. Cloak on the way as well. Alrighty. And... oh, man, I missed out on a good pun. My chat's calling me out on it. When I was talking about him being on a soul-searching adventure, I should have said a soul-searching journey. Oh! You guys got me. My bad. A couple things do squeeze in here, but I mean, as we see the Hellion spawn, and this is not that big of a deal. But so normally when you go Hellion Banshee, you really got two options. One is you get like ultimate control, you clean up the creep, you make sure that Impact never pushes out of his third, or you just go for the crazy YOLO move, you dive in, you try and get some drones, and hope that the Banshee in the main at the same time kills everything. We don't really see scrap fights with queens as much as we used to, but I think one of the things, though, that's worth noting is Impact is a player who does play queen heavy. He's in fact one of the few players who would go like 5 queens early when Hellbats were a big problem, you know, when they were first changed and every Terran player was going Hellbats, Hellbats, Hellbats. Impact was holding that stuff with just 5 queens. No roaches, no banelings, small amounts of zerglings, but 5 queens. So playing queen heavy, he should be okay here in the opening.
Yeah, it's gonna be nice for him, and he did get the scout with the Overlord as well. So he's gonna be prepared. He's got 1 spore in each mineral line, and theStC is on the way, and he's going into mech. All right.
So this is what I said with Journey. He can play all styles of Terran, and he can do it well. Yeah. It's not like you just go mech and you're like, ah, screw it, my stim timing's late, right? No, he was definitely planning on this from the get-go. Support call will complete. The Banshee needs to get out of there. Get out. But yo, we just got a very awkward sub. I want to shout them out, but I'm afraid I'm afraid to. Shout out to the gayest gamer. Oh, literally the name of the sub here. I'm not calling somebody out like passive aggressively.
Yeah.
But thank you for that sub. Thank you for the support. Blue Flame, though, coming out here pretty quick. Sometimes we actually see this glanced over because roaches get made. He scouts this coming, but 2 Banshees are more than enough DPS to add into it, but it's the Hellions that are so scary. These Queens, that splash damage is going to be so real.
Yeah, this is pretty scary, man. That's a lot of Hellions.
That was Banelings, though.
Yeah.
That was really close.
To go up the ramp.
He didn't see those, I don't think, either, because he didn't have that high ground vision from the ramp, but the Banelings should be sniped off by the Banshees, I'd imagine. What I like about mech, though, specifically relating to this position, you can really abuse the terrain here as a mech player. There's a lot of positions on this map where you can use siege tanks at the third base ledge, outside of here. I mean, mech is a very interesting way to play the matchup. And I think a lot of people kind of, you know, you see like, you know, Goody or Velo or like other players play it, and they play this really super turtly defensive style, but Journey tends to play the more aggressive style of mech. We see this Thor coming out pretty early, not just in anticipation of Mutalisk, but because you pair this up with Hellbats, and you get an insanely strong early game push.
Yeah, that's true. He's gonna have a bit of a window here, because, you know, Banshees actually coming in. There was no spore at the third, or what?
He was repositioning it, so I mean he's there now. One Banshee does get sniped off, though.
But yeah, he's gonna have a bit of a timing window because we don't have an infestation pit. Like, Impact could make roaches reactionarily to a push, but there's the infestation pit just now, so there could be a timing window where he could push with Thors. But I don't know. Is Journey? You know, you've probably seen him play mech a few times. Is he kind of the aggressive mech player then? Like he'll go for a push?
That's what I was talking about. Like I was expecting to see the Hellbats go with this, but he saw the Mutalisk, and now he has to play a little bit defensive until he can drive these off. Because right now he doesn't have the turret coverage to deal with this. Normally you see turrets in the production, but definitely didn't see this coming. With a Thor though, he's got actually 2 Thors. He should be okay, especially with the odd turrets peppered in here.
Yeah. Impact is doing what he can, so nice bit of harass there. He just made like 8 meters total as well, so not really committing too much, which is good. He's just forcing out the Thors, trying to do some damage, and then instantly transitioning into roaches, and he's getting +2 melee instead of +2 armor.
This isn't a bad choice. Interesting. Yeah, like, okay, so the idea is you get the swarm host to kind of, I guess not counter, but more like nullify siege tanks, and then you move towards ultras through the late game. Because if mech's not good against one thing, it's against blinding clouds and ultras. I mean, the Hellbats are always going to deal with Zerglings. I mean, that's not even going to be a contest. But I think one of the other things, too, is the melee upgrades also benefit Broodlords, which is another common response to seeing mech. Well, I shouldn't say common, but more like effective.
Right. Yeah, so, I mean, I guess we could see that later on, but as for now, those Queens just got sniped. Just going to get the Hellions back now. But yeah, that could be a thing. I mean, the Hive is not even started, so I'm not sure if I agree with it. I mean, he's got a 3rd Evo now as well that he's not using, but because the +2 melee for quite a while now anyway, it's not going to be that useful for him, but, you know, it's his choice. I guess he might just make a lot of Lings reactionarily and make them into Banelings. Okay, this is getting awkward real fast, because Impact is moving for a counterattack.
I'm loving that he's left these as Hellions, though, instead of Hellbats. You can still transform these later, but Hellions are actually about 1,000,000 times better at dealing with Locusts than Hellbats are, because they can hit and run. The range is better and the damage is still good, but you're right. This is all sorts of awkward because the counterattack catches Journey a little bit off guard as he withdraws back home. He won't take game-ending damage from this. Loses a siege tank and a couple SCVs, but that blue flame, man, that blue flame is so sexy.
Yeah, this is such a good move by Impact though, because the most important thing here is that he bought enough time to get more swarm hosts out. Like the timing Journey was going for, there wasn't that many swarm hosts out, so I feel like that would have almost definitely worked. But now the swarm host count is getting higher and higher, and now it's going to be a lot easier for Impact to hold on after buying that amount of time with the counterattack.
You're right, and this really screwed with the timings, because again, when you play that aggressive style of mech, you're supposed to already be attacking, but look at that blue flame just knock down the health on those swarm hosts. Sadly can't quite dedicate because the Banelings were coming to protect, but he really doesn't take much damage from those locusts at all. Gets on top of them right away. There's more Banelings behind this. Siege things are not siege, and the Banelings trying to connect to the Hellions, but if he keeps these Hellions alive, he's going to be good for this attack. But a couple more hits, take out 3 more Hellions. And the roaches.
The tanks are getting hit.
Yeah, the Banshees.
Man, he's gonna hold.
Banshees were out of position for this. They definitely need to be on top of the Queens, on the top of the Swarm Host. But Transfuse is going down like mad. And Impact's control here is actually showing out really nicely. The problem for Journey, though, was with those Hellions being drawn back, and they had to be drawn back with those Banelings coming, he had nothing to protect the tanks from the Locusts. The blue flame just annihilates Locusts.
Yeah. These Banshees, though, man. There's no mutas left.
Yeah, going strong.
He's dying like flies.
He's going to burn some more scans, but yeah, if he picks up the Swarm Host, takes out that number. He's sitting on top of a Spore Crawler, though.
Yeah. Doing a bit of a trade-off, I guess. Wants to lower that Swarm Host count.
Yeah. I would love to see him, and he is, in fact, to keep investing in Banshees. Because what we'll see normally is Terran players start swapping over to the Ravens, right, in anticipation of the Corruptors and the Broodlords, but Journey's actually going so not, I guess, Viking Raven, that I'm really worried that if Impact makes even like 3 Broodlords, he kind of auto-wins the game.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like, Journey is going to be going for another attack, with some more time, because he's only got 1 armory, I think, so he's not upgrading heavily at all. So I wouldn't be surprised to see a second push, especially with that focus fire on the Swarm Host with the Banshees. Like, he's trying to lower the Swarm Host count for a future push, maybe, but...
above all else, despite the aggressive push, I'm surprised we still don't see the 4th out of Journey. When you do play mech, you're kind of given that leeway to make a ton of command centers if you want, but he sneaks past the Swarm Host, goes right for the mineral line, and that's blue flame versus a lot of drones. But that split out of Impact is so sick.
Pretty good split, yeah. Locust doing a lot of damage.
Look how little workers were lost.
Yeah, that was nicely done. Those 2 Hellions though, get it just fine. But,
okay, so that could have been much worse. That really could have been much worse.
Yeah, but something I find interesting though is the fact that Impact made 6 Corruptors. I think he was scared about the Banshees, but I'm kind of surprised that he went Corruptors instead of mutas. So I guess he's really scared about a future Thor Banshee push or something, because he doesn't have the hive or anything. Well, he's starting the hive now, but it's going to be a while off Broodlords.
There's always going to be a ton of Thors in play when you're playing mech. I don't know any Terran player who doesn't invest in any, and let's be honest, it only takes 2 or 3 Thors to get like a lucky shot to shut down Mutalisks. So I'm not surprised he didn't want to invest.
I'm personally a big fan of kind of Swarm Host muta centric play, with like double spire and
I've definitely
the game goes, you can harass a lot, but
I've definitely seen that work out really well. And on big maps like Deadwing 2, the slow mech army won't be able to respond to Mutalisks in the main and then fly over to the 3rd or something. But again, I feel with the melee upgrades especially, this is leaning more towards what is linking Broodlords, and that might again be the investment here into the Corruptors. Because if you're not looking to get Mutalisks at all, you're looking to get about 6 Broodlords. That's kind of that perfect amount.
Yeah, that's what it's looking like. It's just he made those 8 Corruptors like so much earlier than he did start his hive. Like the hive is about to finish now, but he had those Corruptors for a very long time. That's why I was a bit confused. But yeah, it looks like he's going to be going towards Broodlords now finally. So a future investment there.
Fries up those drones really nice. Gets a lot of worker kills on this. Goes from 15 to 31. The hatchery's not going to die because the Hellions have got to run away from the roaches, and sadly they got nowhere to run to. They're running into a corner. But while this goes on, Impact misrallies the Swarm Host! He throws away almost every Swarm Host into the tanks!
No! Impact, he just pulled an answer big time. Wow.
Okay, so that's not like he's sacrificing supply here. He's remaxing on the 12 Swarm Hosts. To explain what just happened, first off, sick control here with the roaches, putting 3 in the ramp to block the Hellions. But to explain what just happened there, guys, and this happens so commonly with Swarm Hosts in general, you've got them on one control group, you rally forward, not realizing half of them are unburrowed, thinking that you're just sending the Locusts forward, then you didn't dedicate the attention to the roaches chasing the Hellions, right? So,
well, I mean, that was every Swarm Host, though. Like, he must have been that kind of moment where you think you press R, but you actually didn't. So you press R and then you right-click.
Journey's Blue Flame Hellions are doing a lot of damage, just by the way, while this is going on. But can we just give a shout out to the sick build on that Spore Crawler here blocking that wall in? Journey and Impact are both playing this just to the top of the game right now. I'm loving this. Impact made us a big throw, and that sucks, but he's making up for it with control everywhere else.
Yeah, pretty cute move there. And he did remake 13's Foremost immediately when, you know, those he sent in died, so he's going to get that count back up. And he's going...
Corvid Reactors,
Spire?
man.
No.
Yeah, I mean, I thought there was going to be the Greater Spire, but it's going to be the Carapace upgrades. But here's the thing I'm liking out of Journey. Once again, sneaks a lot of Swarm Hosts behind enemy lines. Virtus will catch these ones, but Corvid Reactor means we're going to see a lot of Ravens. And Ravens, you can... There's two types of Ravens in StarCraft 2. There's really good Ravens, and there's a waste of gas Ravens.
Okay.
And the really good Ravens are the ones that actually not just run up forward and spam a bunch of Seeker Missiles hoping to YOLO a big kamikaze move, but indeed the ones that throw on the auto turrets to distract the Swarm Host so the tanks can siege up in time. The point defense drones to nullify the Locust damage, once again allowing you to advance your position forward. Like, there's going to be the volatility of a lot of Seeker Missiles, but I think that's kind of where we see a lot of Terran players throw the game when they've got all these Ravens, because the utility of the other two spells is equally great.
Yeah, sure. I guess it kind of depends on how many Ravens he has. You know, if you've got like, you know, 10, 20 Ravens, then you might as well throw some Seeker Missiles. But yeah, if you don't have that many, you've got to be careful with what you spend your energy on. But yeah, the point defense one can be very nice for the pushes, for sure. Those heading run lights, man, he keeps doing this all the time.
I mean,
putting all that money into a bunch of Hellions and harasses instantly.
To trade out the minerals, it's not hard. I mean, the Hellions are not too costly for him to be doing this with, but... oh, wow. Infested Terrans coming down, because, again, Sammo gets Magic Hellions across the map. What I would love to see, actually, is some Hellion drops start up at this point. Yeah, there's Spine Crawlers all over the map, but he's flown 3 Banshees to the main that have only died due to AFK, like, you know, no control to this one Spore Crawler, rather than, like, unloading them here and then running them around, killing the Ultras Cavern, I don't know, what have you. But Sensor Tower is down. Journey's locked down to 4 bases. He's going to try and take a 5th before Creep spreads over there, but Creep is spreading quick, Namshar.
Yeah, that's true. I should be able to land it, actually. Just about.
Like chat saying, Oli Moly must have just walked over to Impact and slapped him for that Swarm Host play. But I'm loving the insane amount of Infestors coming out right now. Infested Terrans have kind of fallen off the matchup pretty heavily. They're not as good as they used to be because they no longer get upgrades, but you can position them wherever you want. You can use them to take the tank fire while you position too, kind of akin to the way the Seeker Missiles work for the Terran player. Let's not forget, Ravens are very notorious for clumping up, and a fungal growth will kill a Raven army if done correctly.
And the range of fungal is pretty large, so I mean you can get some nice fungal on their army. So Terrans can be useful as well, just to kind of tank the tank shots, stuff like that. But
yeah.
But yeah, it's not a bad move to get those Infestors, and not really in my comfort zone to go into this very, very passive Swarmo style versus mech. But you know, if Impact's got practice with it, I mean, we see Snoot do this all the time, where he goes like, you know, lots of static defense and Infestors and Vipers and Swarmos. Yeah. That's something I kind of feel like we're lacking right now. Those Vipers to kind of pull the Terran units into the Locusts.
I'm really
rely on the Infestors alone right now.
I'm really liking what Journey's doing by taking all these extra bases, because Impact is doing a great job at night here on the right. Whoa, this barracks, what? It's burning with the overloads. You know, like, day 32, they still haven't noticed me.
Yeah.
But, okay, the Fungal Growth, as we see, they don't really... It's 30 damage, guys. Fungal Growth does 30 damage. It's not that much against something like a Thor with a high health pool. But what this is allowing him to do is stall out Journey's push. Journey, instead of just like moving across the map and setting up these tanks as he pleases, now has to leapfrog and go much slower as a consequence.
He's doing a weird kind of... He's got a lot of tanks on the right side of the watchtower there.
Yeah, the spread's a little bit awkward, so this is going to cost him a couple on the left side. Point defense runs were not there. He's still investing in tanks, though. And this is one of the problems we see, where Terran players start investing too heavily in the air, too much into Vikings, and we actually see the siege tank production fall off. But now we've got Ultralisks on the way. Those melee weapon upgrades finally going to come into effect.
I know, yeah.
Long time coming, but Ultras are good. What we really want to see is some Vipers, though. I mean, all it takes is 1 or 2 good Blinding Clouds. Like, yeah, they're going to get sniped by the Vikings, but if they get the Blinding Cloud first, Ultras will kill everything on the ground.
Yeah, I mean, let's see in the upgrades. So I go with 3-3-2 for the mech, so... I don't know, I'm not Ultras can be good, but to go Ultras into a fortified position like this out of Journey, I don't know. Like, he needs at least Vipers. Otherwise, Ultras are gonna be, in my opinion, useless. Like, they're gonna get killed so quickly by the Thors and tanks.
Yeah, and even if not for Blinding Clouds, at least like an Abduct or two, get a Thor for free, things like this. But Fungal Growth still just blanketing this army. It's hilarious that it's actually starting to deal some real damage, though, because normally Journey would and should have like 10 SCVs on the front lines repairing. Now he's bringing these forward to start building turrets up to start zoning this out, take control a little bit of the game, but these players are splitting the map north to south, and Impact's got a lot of mining bases, Journey's got a lot of mining bases. Normally this is a situation in the game where one player is starving out, someone is hungry, but neither are in that situation just yet.
Yeah, it's gonna come down to cost efficiency, and Journey's pushing forward now a bit with those 3 tanks.
Yeah, the leapfrogging
ground.
Yeah, the leapfrogging's working out really well for what appears to be a marginally small army, but do keep in mind he's got significantly less SCVs, so he's got a bigger army supply for it, even though it doesn't look like it initially. But I think one of the big things we need to give Journey credit for that's not being spoken about is he's keeping the Ravens back with the tanks. So often you'll see a Terran player get antsy, hunt forward, oh, I want to get those Seekers, I want to get those Seekers, but then they get Fungal Growth and die. And if he loses this Raven army, make no mistake, Journey loses this game. These are so costly, he cannot remax on Ravens.
Yeah, he needs to keep those alive for sure. But no mistake though, like those 3 tanks that he moved forward before, they all got killed off, so he needs to be active with those PDDs, make sure he doesn't lose tanks kind of for free, so... I'm gonna try and go for it again, pushing forward. There's not that many Swarm Hosts, there's only like 15, I think.
They're kind of doing their job, right? Like, they're Swarm Hosts against a meching Terran player never meant to swamp siege tanks, but more like just keep them back.
Yeah, so yeah, it's okay, but he's got the rest of his armies in Ling, Bane, Ultra, and Pester. I'm not so sure about this.
If NMrUUG, if he can get 2 tanks on this ledge here, he'll be able to siege up the mineral lines over here.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
The Ultra's coming into what is an already sieged line. I mean, there's not even point defense drones coming down, just a couple of Seeker missiles going off. I would love to see some point defense, some auto turrets coming on the ground to stall out these Ultras. Blinding Clouds stop a lot of the tanks, but Impact does not break Journey. However, after this, the recovery period, Ravens are going to die. Oh, those Fungals are so good.
Raging Fungal there, yeah, I've got a bunch of Ravens.
Yeah. The thing is, though, Impact remaxes with 7k minerals in the bank still. Journey, however, starving despite all these extra bases.
Yeah, I guess he's not really been muling that hard with his orbitals. It kind of needs to do that because he's got a decent amount of gas, but yeah, not so many minerals.
He's finally getting some more ground as he pushes forward once again. Has to be very careful of those fungal growths. Make no mistake, he doesn't have the money, much less the time to build a huge Raven army up once again, because he has to devote so much of that towards those tanks.
Yep.
It's just bothering me so much we don't have SCVs in the front line repairing. There should be like 10 SCVs up here just auto-repairing this.
Yeah, that would have been really nice. Well, I mean, Impact's preparing for another kind of fight now. Good for him that he kept those Vipers alive.
There's the auto turrets.
So important. Ooh, nice auto turrets, yeah. Blinding Cloud's coming down though. Oh, big Blinding Cloud in the back there on like 6-7 siege tanks. So the Ultras are going to do a lot of work now.
It is.
Locust backing them up.
The auto turrets are running out too. This is a big problem for Journey. He's losing his army. That fungal! This is gonna be every Raven! He's got more than enough fungals to finish this too. He just needs one more to land this.
Oh, he doesn't have it. He doesn't.
Oh, pull back, Journey, pull back! Oh, too health!
No more fungals. Use 8 energy off. Oh man. But most of Journey's, army died, and yeah, like you said before, Impact had the money. He spent most of the gas now, but okay, Journey pulls back. That's important. He would have lost all those remaining siege tanks. But yeah, it's looking very good for Impact. He's just got a better economy. He's mining more, or has been mining more, and finally a lot of mules going down. Let's take a look at the income tab now.
Yeah, that's gonna jump like crazy here. He's sitting on 3k. Oh, it's still going up. Might hit 4k. No, 3,500 seems to be the cap. But the thing is, like, look at this base. Still this Roach is over here. Journey was so focused on the front lines, and it is very micro-intensive. I mean, for Impact, that's the advantage he has, right? Kind of set it and forget it with the Locust. Just focus with the Infestors and expand like crazy. So his macro never really faltered. He's still droning, or not droning, but rather mining like crazy. And Impact, well, actually, he needs to get these... Did he never saturate these extractors? He's got like 4 bases not mining gas, and he needs gas.
Yeah, he's mining gases from 3.5 bases right now. So yeah, it's okay, but it would be nice to be mining from at least 4 bases with gas. So
You know,
sort that out. That Banshee's being so annoying.
One thing I really wish Impact, or sorry, rather Journey never let up on, his Hellion Harass this game was, I think, one of the strongest things going for him. And he stopped Hellion Harassing because he was putting all his attention into that front line, pushing forward. But if you can imagine, there's no spine crawlers on this side of the map. Like, had Hellions been running by, they would have killed so many drones. Oh, but the extra bases are found out. The jig is up, Journey. He can't really lift because his Corruptor's waiting to catch these. He needed this base. He lands a new command center on the right side of the map, but this was his income. This was his lifeblood.
Yeah, so that's very painful. Yeah, I guess one of the reasons why I stopped doing the Hellion Harass is because Impact spined that PIF up so much. But yeah, that's definitely true that he could have gone for the other bases had he realized that there are, you know, fresh bases up for Impact. So that would have been nice for him, yeah. But I guess he kind of grew sick of putting them into spine crawlers.
The Ultra Micro here is really nice. He actually went into the SCV line to make sure he kills the things that would repair the planetary. It looks like Journey will hold this in the top left, but in the meantime, he's got a mobile army in the middle of the map that's not getting anything done because he can't push into the Locust. There's still a couple of point defense turns lurking around, but the big thing is, like, he's finally getting those Hellions out. Now, this is more of a consequence of not having gas than anything else, but these will complement the army really nicely. Not against the Ultras, but definitely against the Swarm Host and the Locusts. But, oh man, Journey's in such a rough spot. He is just bleeding out at this point, and I don't know if he can win the game. He's got a really strong push coming. Do keep in mind, his army supply is not too bad.
Yeah, and Swarmhost has to go off creep to kind of deal with this.
Oh, I love the auto turrets. The auto turrets to cover the army. It's like a shield. It's literally a shield on top of this army. But the Corruptors dive in, and there's only 2 Vikings for anti-air. He's going to lose the Ravens.
Oh, that's important.
Oh, actually, the auto turrets are helping him quite a bit. Shockingly, but yeah, the Ravens are guaranteed to die. So at this point, he's got to push, and it's a YOLO move, of course. He's going to try and cut out the income of his opponent. He's going to dive in here with the tanks. Hellion's going to run by 2. Maybe Hellions go? But the Ravens all fall, and these, oh my goodness, for both players losing everything right now. And then, oh, he lost! I didn't realize the Banshees picked off the Ultras Cavern in the main. That's why we don't have any Ultras in play. That's why there's no defense here for Impact.
Okay, we got Mutalisks on the way now. 9 Mutas, though. That could be very nice for him to deal with those tanks.
What's with the Changelings?
Kill the Ravens and Vikings.
There's like 30 Changelings here. Trapping in the tanks.
Can I block the tank?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
It's only gonna trap like 2, but it's hilarious to see nonetheless.
Oh, look at this. This is so smart. Journey's making turrets.
Yeah, he knows he has no anti-air. The Muta swap was actually a really great call out of Impact. Both players still 39 minutes in the game, making excellent decisions. But I think for Journey, that was kind of that Hail Mary pass move. Like, his army supply still stands strong, but it doesn't stand effective is the problem. Again, like, he's running from these Mutas. He's going to lose so many tanks. Still Changelings! Changelings going to get 3 tank kills! Man.
That is so funny. Nice move. Oh, and Lynx is stopping that orbital from mining in the top right. But he does have the planetary. That planetary did kill that ultra list.
Yeah, he did hold and kill the 2 ultras as a boss mode planetary. It's keeping Impact or Journey in the game. More Lynx are coming out, but it's hilarious because as it comes down to mineral-based economy, because no player has gas, Hellions are going to beat out Lynx every single time.
Yeah. Okay, 5 ultras on the way now. I mean, I really like the move of Journey to go off away from the creep of Impact with that big push he was doing. If he hadn't lost those Vikings and Ravens, that was a great move.
Yeah.
He got rid of a lot of creep earlier, so the Swarm Host, I mean, they can't go that far off creep, so he found a really nice position where only the Ultras could actually engage, and obviously a lot of tanks and force are great versus Ultras, but they just didn't have enough anti-air, so it didn't end up working anyway. But it was a very nice thought there of Journey.
There's just no gas for anybody at this point.
Yeah.
These Hellions can't be given away for free, though. He actually needs these really badly to deal with the Lings. And the Locusts, as we see, still pushing on the front lines. Loses more tanks to this. At this point, there's no more static team for Journey. Like, he has to be mobile. GG, gonna tap out. Wow, that game could have gone either way for so long for both players, but deep breaths as Impact takes what is only game number 1 in this semifinals match.